When you find a lens you like, tell your friends. So this is the Rokinon 100mm 2.8 manual lens. Now these dials are so smooth. So if you've never used a manual lens like this, there's no autofocus, nothing like that. You change your f-stop right here, so you can go from 32 to 2.8, and then you change your focus right here. And these numbers stand for meters on the bottom, and then the orange ones are feet. And so what I do is I use focus peaking, and I'll overlay some photos right here I've taken with this lens, primarily for product photography. But I'll use this with focus peaking to dial it in and get it so clean and so perfect. So the lens is just a beautiful lens. It's quite sharp. It comes with this lens hood or flare hood if you're interested. It also comes with a nice little baggie. But there is no zoom. It is 100mm prime, but it is really clean and really sharp. And so for me with this lens, I use it for product photography, and that's it. Maybe if I'm making a video and I think personally of one shot I can get with it, I'll pull this out and do that. But if you're filming yourself, this is terrible because you need a camera operator, you need someone to rack focus. But if you are doing product photography, I have a little 5-inch monitor I put on this camera. I can just easily use focus peaking and dial in the focus every single time. And then secondly, let's say I've got that focus dialed in, but I realize only the front edge of that product is in focus because this is 100mm and it goes to 2.8. You'll have a hard time getting the entire product in focus at 2.8. It just can't happen. But since I've got that red peaking, I can take the f-stop and just raise it up. And for a lot of products, it's around 5.6. Everything's in focus, but the background is still perfectly blurry. So for a single use case product photography, or if you were gonna do macro videography of your own stuff, it would be really good in that scenario, I would think as well. As long as you're not filming yourself with this is when it gets really difficult. But if you're filming something somewhat still, it'll look really good. And I'll give you a couple examples right now. All right, example number 1. This is my coffee mug, and you'll see as I'm changing focus right there. But as you continue to film, I'm at 5.6. I just changed it to 2.8. Look how shallow that is. But you can easily change it up to, there's a 22. And so now everything's in focus. So you can change your f-stop super easy, super quick, back down to a 2.8 where very little is in focus. But this is so easy to rack focus on exactly what you want to. So you can see something relatable. Here's one of my AirPods right here. And this is kind of scary for me because this is probably dirty, but we can make it in focus right there. Now this is 2.8, again, kind of hard to hit that. Jump up to around 5.6, and you can get that AirPod easily in focus. Look at that wood texture too. So just racking focus like that, then you can snap your photo. The closest focus distance you can get is going to be right here, and this is going to be this is going to be about 6 inches away, and I can't even hold it in focus. So with that, let's raise it up to 22 f-stop, and you can see how tight that is and how dirty my AirPods are. Here's another thing for reference, and I'll bring it towards the camera. This is the lens cover for this lens. There we go, we're getting in focus. That's just the lens cap right there. If I bring it out away as far as I can to try to get it all inside this 100mm, that's that lens cap. So you can see how close you can get with this lens. It looks really sweet. Okay, and then finally to close this out, you can see the insane depth of field here, and the 100mm will make your the 100mm will distort your face a little bit, but this is what a 100mm would look like if you were wanting something a little further away. I'm about 6-ish foot from the camera. I'm trying to stay in focus here. But that is one of my favorite lenses for specific use purposes, not for everything. But when you're doing B-roll, when you're doing product photography and you're really trying to get those details, it's pretty good class for what it is.